what we use are these, what we call artificial neural networks. This is because they are very, very loosely inspired by real neural networks. But it's basically kind of these general structures that can learn to, let's stay with images, right, to like map an input image, right, which again could be these images of vesicles to some output, right? So an example, the output could be the count of vesicles. And the important point here is that, right, we are not really describing any rules for how to do this, right? I mean, you could in principle think, right, one could go there and describe these vesicles. How do they look in terms of actual pixels and so on? If you actually try to write down rules for this, it turns out to be very hard and for any more complex structure pretty much impossible. So what these neural networks, or these artificial neural networks now do instead is, or what we do instead with them is to train them from examples, right? So basically we take pairs of the images and the correct count of vesicles, and then we train a network to predict this, right? And basically during this training, the sort of structure of this network gets updated in a way that it outputs the correct count, right? And I mean, maybe we can go into the details later, but the reason that they're called artificial neural network is that on a very abstract level, what happens during this training is similar to biological learning, right? I mean, if you go into the details, there's a lot of differences, but sort of as a first idea, you can think about it, this network, it predicts some number of vesicles in there, and we know the correct number, right? There will be some error in this prediction, and then we use sort of this, we tell the network that this prediction is wrong, and based on the sort of difference and the error, we can update the parts of the network to get closer to the true answer. This is kind of in a nutshell, the idea behind this. And this machine learning approach or deep learning is what's underlying sort of a lot of the advances in artificial intelligence right now, right? From self-driving cars to ChatGPT on a very high level, right? They all implement some of this approach we just described. But in our case, right, we use these things to look at biological data, right, to automatically derive this analysis, like the vesicle count we talked about.
Neuroscience and beyond. Know more, get inspired.